Hello, you divine sacred being. Have you been seeing sequential numbers everywhere? Oh, I have gotten so many requests to do a podcast about this particular magic that happens in our life. I want to bring to you sequential numbers and the seeing of them from the perspective of sacred geometry. Now, if you have been seeing the numbers 111 or 123, or if you've been seeing a particular number over and over again, and most of us are born with birth numbers, and if you feel like those are your lucky numbers, then you are a person that is aligned with the mathematics of the universe. I want to tell you my story with numbers. There I was in my 20s, and suddenly I start to see this number 47 everywhere. And it's not just in the usual places you would expect it. I was definitely seeing it on all the license plates. I was seeing it any shop I entered into, it would be 47. Phone numbers left, right and center, 47, 47, 47, and sometimes 74 and sometimes 407. I would see it in the oddest spaces, or I would hear it even in the most unbelievable places, in places that are not usual. I would open a book randomly and it would be at number 47, the page 47. Or I was at a party and somebody started talking about how his shoe size is 47. And initially, while it was an interesting coincidence, soon enough it began to scare me a little bit. And I said, this must be like that Jim Carrey movie with 23, and this must be an ominous thing, this must be an omen of some sort, yes? Soon enough, I shared it with a friend. And in the amazing simplicity of this beautiful human being, he says, Google it. And so I did. And what I discover is that there is actually a 47 society. And it was a mathematics professor in the US who proposed that 47 is the universe's random number. Yes? And there are so many people who have spotted 47 everywhere that in actuality, the students who graduated from these different colleges, who entered the world of arts and media and movies, began to put the number 47 into the movies, into their songs, into the props that they would place within their art. How fascinating, isn't it? So it allowed me to align with that number. It kind of took away the fear that was around it, and it brought me in connection and alignment with the universe whenever I saw it. And even today, when I see it, it just lights up my life. So let's get back to numbers that you have been seeing. In the world of noticing numbers, which are the non-sequential ones. I begin with non-sequential ones. If a certain number has been coming to you, that's one part of it. Then there's the sequential numbers where every time you look at your phone, it's 1111, or it's 1234, or it is 444, so on and so forth, which has been named angelic numbers. Yes? And when you get onto the internet, you will see different people giving you different meanings of what these numbers and sequences mean. Then thirdly, there is your birth number, the number that you seem to most align with, feels like your lucky number. Now, we can take the birth numbers and the lucky numbers and say, well, that's associated with your life, so it kind of makes sense. But what about these sequential numbers, and what about these random numbers that you've been seeing? You see, in the world of sacred geometry, where everything is a pattern, where everything is mathematically solvable and measurable, it is but obvious that when we begin on our path of spirituality, or when we reach a point of alignment with ourselves, we begin to get messages from the universe. We begin to notice these numbers that are sent our way because we are beginning to align to the idea that after all, we are also vibration and frequency. When we begin to align to the fact that after all, we are the fractal result of billions of years of energy, the fractal result of 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 2, 5, and so on and so forth. As per the golden ratio, as per the Fibonacci spiral, we begin to understand that, well, obviously I've been seeing numbers. Because more than anything else, I am fully connected to the universe. There is no separation. I am not divided from all that exists in the universe. In fact, everything around me, the world around me, is me. I am part of a collective that brings me numbers, that brings me signs, that brings me feathers sometimes, that brings me colors sometimes, to simply speak to me. As I have said before, the universe is always speaking to us, but it doesn't use a language, it uses signs and symbols, and one of them is these numbers. To further understand that we are, after all, created by numbers, after all, electromagnetic vibrations can be calculated with numbers. In fact, we are so aligned to the vibration of the universe and the mathematical calculations of being that a Russian mathematician, Grigory Grabovoi, created this system called radionics. And in radionics, he created sequences of numbers that could actually help people through the understanding of electromagnetic fields. These numbers could be placed within your space, within your wallet, or written onto your body, and it would actually manifest various results in your life. He has one for illness, he has one for manifesting money, and it's quite fascinating because when you begin to place these numbers and put belief and intention into it, you begin to notice changes happen in your life. So personally, I have put these numbers written on a little piece of paper, on a sticker, and I have stuck it onto all of my debit cards and all of my money cards. And since I've done it, because of the belief, because of the number frequency that Mr. Grabovoi has put together, the belief is that by placing these numbers within your world, within your space, that the vibration and frequency of that number begins to align with the geometry of who you are, goes out as a vibration into the universe and creates harmonic resonance, bringing you the result at which that manifestation exists. Fascinating, isn't it? So we are beings that are vibrational, and vibration and frequency create this beautiful geometry of energy, all of which is calculatable mathematically. Yes? So when we see sequential numbers, when we see numbers that are lucky, or when we see numbers that turn up around our world, the most important thing is to understand that in this moment, I'm in alignment with the universe. In this moment, the universe is trying to speak to me, that I am one with the entire collective, and I have hit a sweet spot that allows me to, I would like to say, look up to the heavens and wink at the universe, simply to say, I hear you, I see you, and I know you've got me. So what do we do when we see these sequential numbers or lucky numbers? Yes. One of the things that I have seen is all of this information about the deeper meaning of those numbers. There's plenty of information out there. I would propose that instead of going deeper into the meaning of it, we focus on what we can do in that moment. Because the meaning could be different for each person. The meaning could be different for where you are on your path, in your vibrational path. So here's what I want you to do. The next time you see a sequential number, no matter how busy you are, no matter where you are headed, take a pause. Take a moment and go, The universe has connected with me. I connect back with the universe. If you are a religious person, say a little prayer. If you are a spiritual person, allow yourself to connect with the oneness and send love. And if you are a person who does not get into belief systems, simply make this action. It is a simple vibrational response to seeing a number. And at that point, think about, what was I just doing? Or what was I just thinking about? So let's say, for example, you were busy thinking about a project that you're working on and you pass by and bam, you see a sequential number. I want you to welcome the blessing, the virtue, the alignment that the universe has sent through this number for that thought you just had, for the success of that project. So you go, I welcome the success of this project. Thank you for letting me know that I'm in alignment. And to help you move further into that space of connecting with the All Source, I want you to go do the meditation that I have posted in my podcast. It is called the Self-Mastery Meditation for Quantum Connection. In this meditation, I take you through a guided journey to plug into the Om, plug into the AUM, the Almighty Universal Matrix, and understand and feel and embody the idea that you are beyond your body, beyond your mind. You are an infinite, beautiful, vibrational existence in this world. I love you. Thank you.